Friends, hope you are all well. Friends, today I want to show you how to make a retail shop management software with the help of Excel VBA application. And friends, here I will show you step by step. For the first step, friends, here you can see I have a sheet, product sheet, that holds product ID, product name and unit, and then another sheet, supplier. Here is supplier name, supplier ID, SID, address and contact, and then a purchase sheet. Here you can see purchase date, supplier ID, supplier name, supplier bill number, product ID, product name, quantity, rate, amount and transaction ID. Friends, for the first phase we want to add, or we want to fill data with the under these fields with the help of user form, and I am going to develop a tab, Visual Basic. Here you can see, friends, I have the user form, product form, purchase form and supplier form, and then another user form, that is user form 1. I have created a menu under this form, user form 1. So friends, our main objective is to create a product entry form or product master form. So double clicking here, you can see this is the form. Here I have given the name ABC Retail Shop, and this is the product entry form, friends, product name, and you can see product unit. Here I have given the back color, you can see the back color here, this is the back color, and every level, the back color of every level has given the same back color of the user form, so that it looked little good. So this is our form, friends. We need to practice the code to add, update and exit, to add product name and unit in this sheet. You can see product sheet. So to add product sheet, to add items, we want to double click here, we go to view the code. Here friends, just see, don't see this section first, see this section, to add product ID, name, unit to our sheet 1. This is the sheet 1, our product sheet. The steps are here. You can see I have taken a variable blank row of sheet 1, that is sheet 1 dot cells rows dot count comma 1 dot end excel up dot offset 1 comma 0 dot row. One row will be one blank row, product will be added under one blank row, that is the row, next blank row, that is the next blank row. And here you can see I have taken a for loop for x is equal to 2 to blank row b row, and here I have given sheet 1 dot cells x comma 1, that means it is the product ID. The first, you can see this is the product ID, friend, and the ID will be 1 2 3 4 prefixing p to every ID. So therefore I have written sheet 1 dot cells x comma 1, that means x comma 1 means x means row number 2. Here you can see this is the row number 2, and x comma 1 means this cell, that means this cell, and it will and x will be incremented. Okay, so going back, x comma 1, the first column, 1 means the first column, is equal to p means prefixing p, x minus 1 because I want product code will be started from 1 1, and then it will be 2 3, and then I closed it with a next. You can write next x. So here our incrementing product ID will be generated, and then friends you can see in the second column, that is product name, I have written this function application. I have first assigned this text box 1 dot value. You can see here the text box, just this is the text box 1 dot value, and this is the name text box 2. These are the two text boxes used for the for text box 1 will be used to to enter the name of the product, and here text box 2 will be used to enter the name of the unit, enter the product unit. Okay friends, going back, so I have written this line of code here. Sheet 1 dot sales below means the blank row. Blank row will be the second column of the blank row. You can see the second column 2 of the blank row will be assigned the product name here, the value of text box 1, and similarly the third column will be assigned the value of unit of the product. And before I have used a proper case function, so that whatever I type in the text box 1 will be in the proper case, that is product name will be in the proper case. Similarly, whatever I type in the text box 2, that will be proper case. So I used this proper function, and the syntax is like this. And friends, then I unload product form. Here you can see our product form. Here you can see in the pane product form, and again after unloading, after you can say this is the refresh. For refresh the to refresh the form, you can see this, to refresh the form, that means product form will be refreshed. And then friends, you can see here on the up, here friends some conditions have been given, that is if text box 1 dot value, that is the if product name is null, value is equal to null, that means nothing, then message box will be prompt and saying product name blank, then exit sub, the program will be exit if the product name is blank. Similarly, if the unit is blank, if we don't type anything in the unit text box, then the program will be exit. So friends, let's run this. See, I am typing the product name, such as you can assume any product of any store. So let's take a grocery shop. I am typing rice. See, I am typing in small letter, and unit kg, add. Here you can see friends, rice has been added to our sheet 1, and the product ID has become P1. I am adding another item, sugar. This will also be in kilogram, add. Similarly, I can add another item, salt, unit kg, okay, kilogram. So thus friends, product names are being added to our sheet 1. You can see product sheet here. And now friends, I am moving to my next command button, that is update. Here you can see, if I want to update it, update any product, just click here. See, the product name and unit and product code are being displayed. Here you can see product. Here you can see if I change rice rice, you can see rice oil, you can write it rice oil. Instead of rice, it will be rice oil. If I want to change it, then I need to type this. I need to click first the product and then rice oil, and then I will click on update button. See, our rice has become rice oil. So how it is done? Just see the codes of update button here. Here you can see, friends, I am working with the sheet 1. Here you can see everything will be done in the sheet 1. So therefore again I want to count the total number of rows in the sheet 1. Like this, I have taken a variable t row, and you can see sheet 1 dot cells rows dot count comma 1 dot end xlr dot row. This is the syntax. And for x, then I have taken a for loop for x is equal to 2 to t row, and then I have a if condition. I have taken an if statement, that is if lbl pid dot caption. What is lbl pid? This is the product id. Whenever I click, you can see here, whenever I click here, this is p1, you can see p2, p3 is being generated. So friends, when how it is generated, if you want to know this, so going back, let us first see how it is being generated. Okay, then I will go to update command. Okay, just going back. So when I click in the list box, in this list box, just going double clicking here, then you can see find the codes here. This is the code. Here you can see, friends, to display the fields of matching records selected from the list box. Here I have taken a for loop for x is equal to 0 to list box 1 dot list count minus 1, and then if I select any item, then and the index where you can see this is the list index lbl pid. That means this is the this you can say it is the level. This level you can see this here. I have taken the background color of the user form for this level, so it may not be clearly seen, but if I click on this, you can see a square box. This is our level product id. So double clicking within that list box, so our product id dot caption will be list box 1 dot list box 1 dot list index will be 0. That means the first column. Similarly, friends, text box 1 dot value, that means here I am going back, this text box will be, what will be the value? This text box will be the same value of the list index 1, that means the second column of the list. And similarly, the unit text box will hold the value of the third column of the list 0 1 2. That list index comma 2 means it is the third column of list box. List index comma 0 means is the first column of list box, second column is 1 and third column is 2. And then I have concluded it with the next x. I have concluded the for loop, this for loop. So friends, just you can see when I click on this, the product id is and product id and product and the and the respective products and unit are being displayed. Here you can see product ID P2, product name sugar, and kilogram are being displayed. And you can see friends, another thing, that is add button is being disabled, so that there will be no chance of multiple addition. So to do this, you can write a simple line of code, a single line of code on the top. Command button 1 dot enabled is equal to false, because command button 1 is the our add button. Okay friends, so I have written the code. So just I have written the code. Whenever I click on the list within the list box, command button 1 will be disabled. That means command button 1 dot enabled property will be false. So thus friends, these are the codes to view the matching products of the list box whenever I click on the list box. So going back to the main program, then I am coming to my update button. Here you can see friends how to update. So here you can see I am first I have counted the total number of rows in sheet 1 and has been assigned to T row. Then I have taken a for loop, because I want to count, I want to go through the every record of the sheet 1. And then I have used an if statement, and here I have written if LBL PID, that means if the product ID dot caption. What is this? If this is, you can see P1 or P2 or P3, this is the caption, this is the LBL product ID. If this product ID, you can see, if the LBL PID dot caption like or equal to sheet 1 dot cells comma x comma 1, then x means 2. Here the first column, you can say the second, it will start from second row, that means 2. X comma 1 means first column, it will look within this column. Okay friends, so going back, if LBL PID dot caption is found within the sheet 1, within the first column of the sheet 1, if the product ID, you can say LBL PID here, is found within the first column of this sheet 1, then you can see, then the second column of the sheet will be text box, the value of text box 1 dot value, the value of text box 1. Similarly, the third column will be the value of text box 2. And friend, here I have written again, I have used a proper case function, so that whenever I update, it will be in the proper case. Similarly, the name will be in the proper case here, and the unit will be in the proper case here. Then I have closed it with the end if, and next I have also closed the for loop with next. Here is the for loop, and I have refreshed the form. Here I have refreshed the product form here after updation. So just going back, you can, if I want to update rice oil to rice, just delete and click on the update. See, the rice oil will be replaced with rice, updated with rice. See, the rice oil has been updated with rice. You can see in the back end the sheet, there is also rice oil has been updated. Again salt, you can see, if I want to update it, salty tea, salty tea, you can see here salty tea. Update, look, just it will be updated within the list box as well as in the sheet also update. You can see salty tea. Then again going back, I want to keep it as salt, so just update it. Thus friends, it has been updated. So just these are the main two command buttons here. One is add and other is update. And you can see friends, whenever I click on this, I run this program, the list box has been upload adding the items from the sheet 1. And how it is possible, here you can see, going back to our initialize section of this form. This is the codes friends. Whenever the form will be loaded, that means our product form will be loaded, list box will take the items from this sheet 1 with the help of this help of these codes. So you can see the codes. List box 1 dot column count is equal to 3, because I want the 3 column list box, 1 for product name or 1 for product ID, then product name, and then product unit. So here I have written 3, and then I have again counted the total number of rows in that sheet 1 here, and assign this in t row variable, and then I have taken a for loop for I is equal to 2 to t row. Friends, a for loop is very useful thing, and you should practice for loop so that you can use this whenever you require. It is a very useful loop. So for I is equal to 2 to t row, that means it will start from the second row to the last row where the data is existed, and then I have written the command list box 1 dot add item. Now I have opened the list box to add our item. This is the command list box 1 dot add item. Then you can see list box 1 dot list within bracket list box 1 dot list count minus 1 is equal to minus 1 comma 0. That means this is the row index and this is the column index. The first column will be assigned the sheet 1 dot cells I comma 1. That means the first column of the second row. Okay friends, what is in the first column of the second row? You can see here in the first column of the second row, this is the list box, this is the product code. So similarly, the second column, that means the 1 will be assigned the value of the second column of the sheet 1, and similarly this is the third column of list box, and it will be assigned the value of the third column of sheet 1. So thus friends, and then I have incremented and I have closed this with next I. That means it will move again, and the value of I will be changing. Okay friends, so friends, I have concluded this for loop with next I. Thus friends, whenever I load this user form, the values in the list box will be taken from the sheet 1 automatically. Here you can see the sheet 1. Just run this, you can see the value. And friends, one thing here I need to mention, whenever I click on the add button or update button, here you can see that it refresh means the form will be reloaded. That means form will be reloaded means the values will be taken in the list box from the sheet 1 whenever, because it has given the codes, the necessary codes has been given to initialize form. Initialize form means the form whenever the form will be loaded, the values will be taken from the sheet 1 here. So thus friends, I think we have done our product entry form. So friends, if I go to the next, now I want to go to our next form, that is our supplier form. Before that friends, just view the supplier sheet. I need supplier name, supplier ID, supplier address and contact, from where we want to purchase our product. Assume that we run a shop, it can be any shop. So we need to know our supplier name, supplier ID, supplier address and supplier contact. So to insert required data with the help of user form, we need to create a user form. So I have created this. You can see here, this is the supplier form. Just double click here. Similarly you can see I have added this, update this and exit. Add and update the name, address and supplier contact. Here you can see another level to be used when the updation will be required, because in this level the supplier ID will be displayed, and if the ID is match, then the updation will take place. So friends, before that we want to know the we want to know the add button. We want to know the commands of the add button to add items in our sheet 2 here in this section. So going to our add button, similar way I have created this. Don't look on the above first, just look in this code, this line of code. This is the main line of code to add items in a sheet, and this is our second sheet. So I have counted up to the next blank row of the second sheet here with this line of code. Sheet 2 dot cells rows dot count comma 1 dot end within bracket excel up dot offset 1 comma 0 dot row, and then I have taken a for loop for x is equal to 2 to t row, and then for automatically produce of supplier ID, I have written this code. Sheet 2 dot cells x comma 2, here you can see 2 I have written the second column, because in the first column you can see the supplier name, therefore I need this column will be incremented by 1 2 3, incremented by 1. S1 S2 S3 supplier ID will be incremented like this. So the second column will be the value of is equal to x is equal to s means supplier, and within a concatenation symbol, that is ampersand, x minus 1. I have given x minus 1 because it will start from 1, because the value of x is 2, 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So this is the, you can see the value x is equal to 2. So I have decreased 1 for the first time to get 1 for the first supplier, then second 2, it will be incremented for whenever I close the loop with next. So friends, just this is the code to generate the auto number supplier ID. Okay friends, then I have remained 3 columns, 1 3 and 4. You can see the total number of column is 4th, 1 2 3 4th. I have completed the second column first, then I want to complete first column, third column and fourth column. Now you can see the first column, third column and fourth column. So sheet 2 dot cells t row, that means the blank row, will be assigned the text box 1 dot value. this is the value, that means the supplier name, and the third column, will be assigned the value of supplier address. Here it is supplier address, and the fourth column text box 3, that means supplier contact. You can write like this: supplier name, s name, or you can supplier name, here supplier address, and this is the supplier contact. You can write this for better comprehension. So friends, thus this will be assigned to this column of sheet 1. Okay friends, and the row will be started from the second row here, and you can see I have again used a proper case function, so that whatever I type in supplier name text box, it will be in proper case. Similarly, the supplier address will be in the proper case. Here I have also used this function, and supplier contact number will be the value of text box 3. Thus friends, I have added the required data through the text box controls in the supplier form. I have closed this, then next X, I have concluded this. Then I had to refresh the user form. I used unload supplier form. You can see here, this is the supplier form. The name of this, you can see the name is supplier form, and I have concluded this supplier form. I unload the supplier form, and then supplier form dot show again. That means it will be refreshed, and then you can move up little bit, and you can see if the text box 1 dot value, that means the supplier name, this is the text box supplier name is blank, then a message will be prompted, and supplier name blank exit, then it will be exit. Similarly, if we supplier address, if there is supplier address is blank, then a message will be prompted supplier address blank. That means these cannot be blank, so we need to fill up the required data within these text boxes. And then again, if contact I keep if I keep blank in the contact text box, so text box 3, if this is blank equal to within colon, that means nothing, open bracket, open quote, and close quote, that is nothing. If this is blank, then it will prompt a message supplier contact blank, and the program will be exit and then end if. So thus friends, these are written for written for getting rid of the blank record insertion. To get rid of the insertion of blank record, these criteria has been set. Program will be exit. Program will be exited. Program will be exit. That means no addition will be done. So here you can see friends, again to refresh the supplier form, I have used these 2 lines of code. Just going back, now you can see supplier name, say anything can be supplier name, Sarah, anything can be Sarah shopping mall, supplier address Kolkata. So you can give any number as contact number, add. You can see friends, whenever I click on the add button, the form is being refreshed, and when the form is being refreshed, the list box will be taken the value. The list box will be taken the value from this sheet. You can see the back end of the sheet. So going back, you can see. So now friends, whenever the form is refreshed, it is taken the value, the list box is taking the value from the sheet 1, sheet 2 actually, this is the supplier sheet. So we need to go to the initialize section to view the code. So that to view the code, to understand how the list box 1 is taking the is adding the values from the sheet 2, just going to the initialize section of the user form. Here you can see, similarly friends, I have written here I need 4 column list box, because you can see the sheet 2 is 4 column sheet. Is the supplier name, supplier ID, supplier address and supplier contact. So going back, I need a 4 column list box here. So I have written list box dot column count is equal to 4, and then t row here I have taken a variable, and this variable has been assigned the total number of rows in the sheet 2. Here you can see, and then I have taken a for loop for I is equal to row 2 to t row, total row. T row means total row of the sheet 2. Then I have added the item. I have initiated the steps to add the item to using this command listbox1 dot add item. So here you can see similarly friends, listbox1 dot listbox1 dot list count minus 1 is equal minus 1 comma 0 is equal to sheet 2 dot cells comma I comma 2, so cells within bracket I comma 2. Here you can see I means the second column of the sheet 2, second row of the sheet 2, and 2 means the second column, because I have here you can see the in the list box I need the supplier ID first. So therefore I took the data from the second field here to the list box, to the first field of list box. So therefore I first wrote this line of code. So second column of the sheet 2, the value of the second column of the sheet 2 will be the value of the first column of the list box. Therefore I have written this line of code friends. First column is 0. Similarly the second column will be assigned the value of the first column of the list of the sheet 2. You can see the first column here, the name, and the second column is supplier ID. I want the supplier ID to be displayed first in our list box. So I have written the first line of code, and then I have written the second line of code to get the supplier name here to the second column, that means 1, the second column of our list box. Similarly the third column of our list box has been assigned the value of the third column of the sheet 2. Similarly the fourth column of the list box has been assigned the value of the fourth column of the sheet 2, that is our supplier sheet. Then I concluded the for loop with next I, for I and has been concluded with next. And this is the line of codes friends, and this is, and for these friends, whenever the form is being loaded, automatically records are being added from the sheet 2. Here you can see, just run this, see it has been loaded. So thus just see loaded. Again I can take another supplier name. So write anything can be supplier. So multi or you can say wholesale grocery. No need of write typing in proper case or anything, it will be automatically in the proper case because I have used the proper case function. Supplier address London, and supplier contact anything, you can write anything. Now add it. See, the form has been refreshed and the records from the sheet 2 has been added to our list box here, because the form has been initialized. Okay, because we written the code to our initialize section, so that whenever the form will be loaded, our list box will be updated or added the value from the sheet 2. Similarly friends, now I want to move to our next command button, that is update. If I want to update this, just I can click any record. Just here, if I want to update the phone number 75 instead of 57, just 57. See friends, whenever I click, you can see below the list box the ID, supplier ID, which I used in the first column of the list box. You can see the first column S1, S2, this is the first column of the list box, are being displayed here whenever I click on the any supplier name. Just the corresponding supplier ID is being displayed under the list box here, and this ID friends will be required, and this ID, you can see this is the level, and within the level the ID is being displayed, and this ID will be required to update this or to modify this. So if this ID matches with the values of the sheet 2, then our modification will be done. So friends, here I want to update this 2 instead of 2. I want to give 1 or 0. You can say just 2 modification has been done, and London instead of London, you can see Finland, hence Helsinki. So just if you click on the update button, see what happens. See friends, shopping mall, wholesale grocery, Helsinki, you can see has been updated. You can see in the back end the sheet wholesale grocery Helsinki address and phone number or contact number has been updated. So thus friends, we have updated this. And how we update this, just see the codes again, going to the update section command button. Here friends, you can see, just see first this section, that is to update matching records. Again I want to update, I want to see the records of the sheet 2, that is our supplier sheet. So the total number of rows of the supplier sheet has been assigned to t row, and then for x is equal to 2 to t row, and then again I have used an if statement, that is if supplier id dot caption, which are being displayed below. You can see the supplier S1 is being displayed under the list box. This is the supplier id, and it is the name here. This is the name, that is LBL SID. The name of this level is LBL SID. So going back, if LBL SID dot caption is equal to sheet 2 dot cells x comma 2, that is the second column. You can see the supplier ID in the second column. You can see here first column, second column. So if this is found in second column, if the LBL SID, that means the supplier ID is found in the second column, then sheet 2 dot cells x comma 1, that is the first blank row, will be assigned the value of the text box 1 dot value, that means supplier name, and the name will be in the proper case. I have used this function before. So again, and the third column of the sheet 2 will be assigned the text box 2 dot value, that means supplier address. This is the supplier name, and this is the supplier address, and this is the supplier contact, like this. So, and supplier contact will be assigned, will be will be entered in this fourth column of sheet 2. Okay, x means the row, it will start from second row and it will be incremented by 1 until t row. Okay friends, then and so I have closed this here with next x, and here is end if and end if should be closed first, and then for for loop will be closed, has been closed here. And after this I have refreshed the user form again to unload. To refresh this, unload supplier form. You can see the supplier form here. This is the name, you can see the form name here, supplier form. This is the supplier form. I have unloaded, and then again after unload I want to show it again. That means I want to initialize the form again, and whenever the form will be initialized, the modified records will be added in the the modified records will be displayed in the list box, because I have written the codes in the initialize section of the list box to view to add the items from the sheet 2 here, like here, from the items from the sheet 2. So just this is the codes friends. I have just completed 2 user form. One is product form, product entry form, and another is supplier form. The codes of 2 forms has been completed. And now friends, I want to move to my next form, that is product form. Here you can see, before that friends, I want to show you the purchase form, actually purchase form, product form, not purchase form. I want to show you the columns I used here: purchase date, supplier ID, supplier name, supplier bill number. This is the bill number. Whenever we want to purchase anything from the supplier, the bill number is given by the supplier, mentioning the items in the bill and amount. Okay, so product ID will be displayed, product name will be displayed, quantity, rate, amount, and transaction ID here will be displayed. Here transaction ID will be 1, 2, 3. Here the next row has been become 0, and for insertion of transaction ID I have used this 0. That means here the transaction ID will be 0 plus 1, and here the transaction ID is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, like this, to make this transaction ID unique. So friends, just moving back to our purchase form. This is our purchase form friends. Here I have written, I have taken some labels and written like this. Okay friends, here I have taken some controls here: purchase date, bill number, quantity, supplier name, product name, rate. Here the total amount will be displayed. Here you can see in this level. Here you can see the supplier name and supplier ID will be automatically displayed. If I choose supplier ID, supplier name from this combo box here, and combo box to product name, product ID will be automatically displayed when I choose the product from the combo box. Here I have taken a list box, and here some command buttons here, and here is the list box. Here is another label for viewing the running sum or the total amount of the bill. Okay friends, just what we want first, we want to know how supplier name combo box will be added items from the supplier sheet, from this sheet 2 here, from this sheet supplier ID. Okay friends, So, and here product names will be added from the product sheet, that is our first sheet. Whenever the form will be loaded, the product name will be automatically inserted here, product in this combo box 2, and supplier name will be automatically inserted in combo box 1. So friends, to know this friends, we need to go to initialize section first. You can see, just see the line of codes just up to this. You can see Tiro is equal to sheet 2. Sheet 2 means our supplier. That means combo box 1 is taking the value from this sheet, supplier sheet here. This is the sheet 2, and for x is equal to t to 2 row, and here you can see combo box 1 dot add item, only single item has been added, that is the single column. The column will be added the value sheet 2 dot sales x comma 1. What is in the sheet 2 dot x, sheet 2 dot sales x comma 1? You can go supplier sheet, see here is the supplier name. So friends, supplier name will be added to the first column of the column of the combo box, because we have the single column combo box here. So thus supplier names are being added from the sheet 2 here. Similarly friends, product name will be added from the sheet 1. Again I have written this code, sheet 1 dot sales. I have counted the total number of rows of sheet 1. Here I have counted the total number of rows in sheet 2. So friends, I have counted the total number of rows in sheet 1, and then I have taken another for loop for I is equal to 2 to I row. Here I have assigned the I row, the total number of rows in the I rows variable. So for I is equal to 2 to I row, combo box 2 dot add item, combo box 2 dot list, because the first column, that means the single column combo box, will be assigned the value of the second column of this sheet 1. That means the second column, you can go to the second column of the sheet 1, that is our product name. These are the product name: rice, sugar, salt, we have added just earlier. So the value will be taken from here. And then friends, here you can see here another thing. Just next thing, just I want to go back to the purchase, to our purchase form. So our item has been added. Just run this, you can click here, see the items has been added whenever the form is being loaded. And then friends, again, and then the next step is, whenever I choose any item, you can see the corresponding supplier ID is being displayed here. You can see grocery, the supplier ID is being displayed here. So how it is done? So if I click on the any product, see product ID 2 is being displayed. If I select salt, product ID 3 will be displayed here, is being displayed here. How it is done? Just see the codes here. Just double click here friends. See, to display the supplier ID, whenever you choose any supplier name, here you can see this is the code. For x is equal to 0 to combo box 1 dot list count, first combo box 1, total number of rows will be counted -1. That means 0 to -1 means total number of rows of the combo box 1. If combo box 1 dot value like sheet 2 dot sales x plus 2 comma 1. Why x plus 2? X plus 2 because here you can see the x is equal to 0, but I want to go to the second column of the sheet 2, that is our supplier sheet. You can see here supplier sheet here, second column, that means this column. So a second row, I want to go to the second row because the records are being displayed from the second row. Therefore I have x plus 2, that means the second row. 0, x means 0, here it is 0, x plus 2 2 means 2 comma 1 means the first column. If combo box 1 dot value, that means if I choose the value from the combo box 1 equals to the value of the first column of the row, first column of the sheet 2, that means our supplier sheet, that means the supplier name. If it is found, then LBL SID supplier ID dot caption will be sheet 2 dot sales x plus 2 comma 2, that means our supplier ID will be this S1, or if I choose this, the supplier ID will be S2. Okay, thus friends, the second column supplier ID is being taken from the second column. So friends, then I have concluded the if with end if statement with end if and next, and I have concluded the for loop. So thus friends, whenever I click on this any supplier, the corresponding supplier ID is being displayed here. Again, similarly I have done this in the product name. Just double click here, you can see the similar code. Just I have taken the reference of combo box 2 and sheet 1. Here instead of sheet 2, I have taken the value from the sheet 1. Here you can see the codes, friends, similar codes. Okay friends, for I is equal to 0 to combo box 2 dot list count minus 1, if combo box 2 dot value like sheet 1 here dot sales, that here it is 2, I plus I is equal to 0, that means I plus 2 is equal to 2 to second column. Then if the product, you can see the product name is the second column. If it is found, then LBL PID, that means LBL PID means here it is the LBL PID, you can see this is the LBL PID, you can see, and here it is the LBL SID. LBL PID dot caption, sorry, LBL PID dot caption is equal to sheet 1 dot sales I plus 2, that means 2 comma 1, that means the P1 P2 here for the first column, that is the first column of the sheet 1. Then I concluded in with end if statement, and then I have also concluded the next statement. Therefore it is being displayed. If I click on this, the supplier ID is being displayed automatically. If I click on this, the product code is being displayed automatically. And then friends, I want to move to the next section, that is add, update, delete, refresh and exit. Friends, I think it is taking much time now. I want to continue this, friends, in my next video. So thank you very much, friends, for staying with me. And friends, I want to create a retail shop management software with the help of the Visual Basic, with the help of VBA codes, Excel VBA codes. And friends, just keep with me so that I can show you my codes. I have written my codes here, but I want to show you in my next videos how I created this user form and how I use these codes here. So keep me keep up with, please keep up with me, and it will be a great joy for me that if you see my video and codings. Thank you, friends. And so far, if it is little helpful, please subscribe this channel, friends. Thank you very much, friends, once again. Thank you very much.